Peace, family, friends, those who are watching, welcome to this page. My name is Grace, and I'm so excited to connect with you in this video today. I wanted to share on internal conflict and external conflict and how they are merged and essentially the same thing. I experienced a situation and numerous situations this last week because the energy has been so intense, so calculated in its divine purpose of allowing us to unfold deeper, allowing us to spiral within in greater depth, and allowing us to give way to what is meant to be and soften and reemerge as anew. So anyways, this last week I was pushing myself in ways that normally I wouldn't do, even though I was being asked by Source to relax, being asked by Source to soften, being asked by Source to turn inwards. I was venturing outwards. I was not giving myself the space or the time that I needed to allow a more fluid and graceful reemergence. And I also recognize that that's just part of my being. But anyways, like that fire, it's just like keep going. Anyways, I experienced a situation where so many things went wrong, and I got really frustrated because it was one thing after another. And it was, I posted it on my Instagram, but basically I was going to a meditation that I was co-hosting, and I got in the car at the right time. I was ready to go. I was all packed up. I was gonna be on time to get to this meditation. I was gonna be early. And what happened was that I was blocked from leaving the driveway. And then I was like leaving the driveway. I immediately was like, I can do it. I have a little bit of space. I can get out. Kind of like turned the car in a completely awkward, weird position. I was like wedged up against the tree, and I was thinking, I'm gonna scratch the car. So I had to get out of the car, ask the person to move their car so I could get out of the driveway. And then I left, and then I got to the location, and I finally was like, okay, I'm just gonna find parking. I'll be inside in 1 second. Couldn't find parking. I looked for like 10 minutes. I tried to wedge myself in like numerous spots, would not work. So then I was feeling a little bit more frustrated. I decided to go into the underground parking. I parked my car. I get out of my car. I'm like, okay, I have to pay for parking. So I tried to pay for parking. My card was declined twice, and it's like $2 charge. I was like, what? I have at least $2. And then I tried to call my friend, no service. I tried to get into the building. It was like, you need a pass, you need your parking pass or whatever to get into the building. So many things went wrong. Anyways, this very nice gentleman allowed me into the building, so I got access into the building. And he told me, you're gonna make it on time, you're gonna be okay. I like meditating too, everything's fine. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right, everything's fine. And then I finally got up to the meditation room. The elevator took like what felt like 10 minutes. It was probably 2 minutes to arrive. I finally get up there. Oh, and then also before I left, after my credit card was declined, I brought a snack with me to my meditation, and like for after, and it got all over the inside of my purse. It was liquid. It was like all over everything in my purse, and I was even more like, are you kidding me? Anyways, I had such a beautiful time in this meditation group. I had so much reverence and respect for the people who came. I got to connect with new people. We had so many people show up this time, and it was just beautiful. But it was so funny, the resistance, because my internal environment was so stressed about getting there, about doing this, about showing up in this way, about trying and forcing and having this work out, that it was literally like there was so much resistance and clashing in my external environment. So my internal environment was being very heavily impacted by my external environment and vice versa. So really, this is just a little message, a little reminder that when things start showing up in your life and it's literally like you're hitting a wall, like consistently, like forcing yourself through a wall, that you need to stop. You need to take a second and have a reflection. And the reason that this is coming up so much is because we are being so refined right now into this higher definition of self. Like, what do you really stand up for? What do you really show up for? What are you spending your time on? How do you allow people to dictate your time? How do you allow yourself to dictate your time? Are you taking the time that you need to do specific things? This is going to become more and more needed as we move forward, because our time is so precious and our attention is so precious. And I talked about this in my previous videos, is that, you know, people are fighting for our attention. People are fighting for your opinions to be in a specific lane, and you really have to just so sacredly protect your privacy, your space, your energy, because otherwise you're gonna be like in a chaotic environment where you don't feel in control, where you feel like you're vibrating out of yourself, where you're not in your body, you're not in your creativity, you're not in your creatorship, you're not in your commandership. And these are all byproducts of a society that allows us to be outside of our body 90% of the time, instead of so fluidly inside of our body, inside of our creativity and manifest reality, which is where we should be. Anyways, this was just a little share on a tool that we can use to stay attuned to, you know, what our reality is. And are we in our reality? Are we in our space? Check in. Notice if there's chaos. Notice if you're spilling things, dropping things, people are yelling at you. Notice if you're feeling aggressive, or if you're feeling sad, or if you're feeling irritated, or if you're feeling stagnant. Notice how your reality moves, because energy moves where there's space, and we need space to be in fluidity with self. So I honor you so much. I hope you're doing well riding these energy waves, and yeah, I wish so much peace for you. Much love.